Let's prayerfully manage, share, and be grateful for all that He has entrusted to us. Welcome to First Fruit Program.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to First Fruits. This is a quarterly stewardship program in the New Jersey Conference. So today I'm very delighted, very happy to have Pastor Ponterio with me for the second episode of First Fruit. Pastor Ponterio, once again, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And this is a real pleasure to have you in this program.
Thank you for having me.
As you know, Pastor Ponterio, stewardship, it is very fundamental, it is essential for the spiritual growth of a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why sometimes, I should say very often, it is misused and misunderstood. People believe that when we talk about stewardship, it is just about money.
Mm-hmm.
But in the reality, it is not.
Right.
So I know that you emphasize stewardship in your churches.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell the viewers what stewardship is really about?
You're correct in saying that stewardship is just about, some people think it's just about money, but that's only one aspect of it, though it is an important aspect. You know, it does teach us that everything comes from God, and we return back only a part of what He has given us, but we still need to manage the rest of it. So, you know, the other aspects that people don't think about is our time, our talent, and our efforts. So just like God provides our funds through, you know, us being able to work and provide for ourselves, that strength He has given us, the abilities He's given us. Yes, we use that to help ourselves, but we also need to give back to serve the church.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so it englobes, we can say, that every aspect of our life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our talents, our treasures, our time, you know, our body, the way we behave,
Mm-hmm.
the way we treat our body.
Yep.
So it englobes everything in our life.
Mm-hmm.
So how old were you when you understood the concept of stewardship?
So I came into the church when I was 25.
Okay.
So when I came into the church, I already started tithing before I was baptized. And I remember the pastor visiting with me because I asked for baptism. And one of the things he brought up was tithing. And I told him I've already been tithing for a couple months at this time. And he was kind of shocked, saying, you know, this is a big commitment for someone who's not a member of the church. I said, well, this is what the Bible teaches us, so this is what is expected of us.
Mm-hmm. Well, can you tell the viewers what the Bible, where in the Bible they can teach, or they can make people understand how good is to be a good steward?
Yeah, so in 1 Peter 4:10 and 11, it says, as each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace. Whoever speaks, as one who speaks oracles of God. Whoever serves, as one who serves by the strength that God supplies, in order that in everything God may be glorified through Jesus Christ. To Him belong glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen.
Yes, that's very good, Pastor Peter. So he teaches us
Mm-hmm.
that it is good
Yep.
to be a good steward as a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone comes to you and say, Pastor Ponterio, I don't have enough. What I'm having, my income is not even enough for me to pay my bills. So there is no way I can be a good steward. There is no way I can return to God the 10% or even give some offering also. So what word you would tell that member to let the member know that God has everything, and he or she does not have to worry about this?
Yeah, so that's a priority issue. So when we put together our monthly budget, our tithe and offering should be at the top of the list. Goes back to God first, and then everything else comes after that. And usually the people who say that they don't have enough is because they're putting that at the bottom of the list after they've already spent whatever it is that they make for the month. So when you put God at the top, at the priority, you'll find that you'll have more than enough for everything else. And you might have to, cut back on some things that aren't necessary.
Yes, that's true, and I believe that the main thing is to trust God, because God said that through Prophet Malachi, that put me to test,
Yeah.
and you will see if I will not open the windows of heaven.
Right.
So therefore, to my good understanding, people who believe that the money they have, the income that is coming in, it is not enough, it is because they don't trust God.
Yeah, and I've experienced something similar when I was a Bible worker. I was making $989 a month, which is not a lot of money.
No.
And I did put God to the test, when I was praying, if this was the place He wanted me to go. I said, okay, you see what my bills are for the month. You see how much I'm going to be getting paid. I'm trusting in you. You're sending me out there. You need to provide for me. And this is exactly what He did. So in my experience, I've never gone without. I've always put God first, tithing, offerings, and I never ask people for help. I always go to God and present my needs to Him, and then He will use other people around me to help support whatever else I may need.
So in the reality, God never lies.
Yep.
So when He said to test me, so He will never leave you alone.
Right.
And He will multiply whatever you have left after you put Him first, after you return to Him what belongs to Him.
Right.
So, Pastor Ponterio, I think there is another good aspect in stewardship that will be good for our viewers also. How can we involve our children in being faithful, or to be faithful, or to accept the concept of tithing?
Yeah, so, for the money aspect, maybe showing them, what you're returning in tithe, teaching them why you're returning that, and then maybe even have them help you with the tithe envelope, handing it in, so they get in the habit of doing that themselves. But as far as, the time, the talent, and the effort, take your kids with you. If you're talented to fix things in the church, if you're a mechanic or an electrician, whatever, and you can serve the church by helping out fixing things in the church, bring your children with you and explain to them, God blessed me with this gift to provide for us and our family, but now we need to take care of God's house.
Very good. So in another word, we teach them by being a good example.
Yeah.
I always tell the parents, tell people, the good way, another way to teach the children how to be faithful, how to return to God, what belongs to God. It is not to give the child or the children a few dollars or a couple dollars when the deacon or deaconesses are passing by. That's not really the good way.
Yeah.
The good way to teach the children is when you give a stipend. You give a stipend to a child or to the children because they have been good,
Yep.
because they made the bed on time, because they bring a good report card, and you reward them.
Right.
You give them a stipend. Let's say you give them $10. So you teach them how in that $10 how to give 10%, to give $1 to God.
Right.
So this way the child will grow with this concept, will develop with this concept. There is no way when the child become mature, there is no way that is or she is going to depart from this principle.
Yeah.
So basically, this is a good way to teach our children how to be faithful, how to be a good steward.
Yeah. Put it into practice.
Yes.
Yeah. Create the habits when they're young, so by the time they get older, it's already a part of their lifestyle.
Yes. Yes. So, Pastor Ponterio, I believe this is a fantastic, fascinating topic for our viewers. So, if you have some advice to give to the viewers about stewardship, how to be a good steward, how to be faithful to God, what other advice you might give the viewers?
Well, I'd say, we need to understand what our gifts are, because God has given every member a gift to do something. And, how can we use that gift to also serve in the church, not only, helping maintaining the church building, but also ministering, to the people in the church, but also outside the church. How are we going to use our time wisely? When we get off of work, there's 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. So we actually do have a lot more time to do things. It's just we're not managing it correctly. So take, just like we would budget our monthly expenses, we need to budget our time as well. I think Dave Ramsey said, if we don't tell our money what to do, our money tells us what to do.
Yes.
So it'd be the same with our time. So if we're not allocating a certain amount of time every week to, provide service in the church or outside the church, then we're not ever going to have time for it.
Yes, very good. So it is a real pleasure, Pastor Ponterio, to have you this morning in this program. And once again, I thank you for viewing this program. I thank you for being a part of this program, First Fruit, a testimonial stewardship program in the New Jersey Conference. So if you want to have more information, you can always contact us at the conference. You can always stop by, and you can go to our website, njcsda.org, and under the stewardship department, you can receive a lot of more information. So once again, I thank you for viewing this program, and I will see you soon for the next episode.